Wayne, you and I had some time together in Edmonton a couple of weeks ago, and you were all over this top 100 list. And your essential point was 100 years of history and only room for 100 players, so a lot of good ones are going to be left off. What's your sense of appreciation for the difficulty in coming up with this list?
Oh, my goodness. As you know, following the game and watching over the years, and I was a huge fan of our game, and I love the history of our sport. There's so many wonderful players that are not going to be part of this 100, and I feel bad for them and their families and their parents and grandparents. But the 100 guys who are here, we're so thrilled. We're all like little kids, and it's so unique and so interesting to see us. And everybody here is in the Hall of Fame. Everybody's here probably won a Stanley Cup. And to see these great players and great athletes get together and just talk about life and kids and family and sports, we all feel very privileged to be part of it.
Did he play long enough? Did he win cups? What kind of impact did he make? Those are all the questions that come into this exercise. But for you, what's the number one criteria to be on this list?
Oh, listen, I think Stanley Cup is important, because I grew up in an era that didn't matter if you were a great player or not. If you didn't win a Stanley Cup, you were not considered an elite player. So to me, that's part of it. Secondly, I think being part of the Hockey Hall of Fame is part of this, because only so many players get into the Hockey Hall of Fame. And then work ethic. People say to me all the time, what's the one thing you want to be remembered as a player? And I always say, you know what, if somebody says to me, I watched you play and you worked so hard, that makes me feel so good about how I played. Because I had a lot of bad games. We all did. But I know I worked hard every night.
Gordie was your guy. Gordie Howe was the player you looked up to. They're not ranking the top 100, but if you had to make a case for him to be number one, how would you do it?
Well, he was everything. He won Stanley Cups. He won scoring titles. He won the MVP. He scored more goals. He had more assists. He played more years. And he was probably as tough as any player that ever played the game of hockey. And most importantly, as my idol, he was the nicest man I ever met other than my father. So it wouldn't even be a hesitation. Somebody asked me today, and I was sitting beside Bobby Orr, and I said, oh my gosh, Bobby. Bobby goes, no, I feel the same way you do. So both Bobby and I would pick Gordie. He's just really unique, special man.
Perfect. Thanks for your time, Wayne. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much.